Okay, this is setup 3 that we'll be using today for the students. We've got a chaise longue, a rather beautiful picture frame, which is just empty, step ladders, which were sanded yesterday, as I knew that some of the shots it might be suitable for, and it looked a real mess before it was sanded. Now it has a kind of shabby chic to it. There's also a beautiful throne, which, well, it's just absolutely gorgeous, so it's very, very photogenic, and a screen. So if people want to make it look like they're just getting dressed or whatever, that would work really well. We've also got a table. Don't know whether that one will be used, but it's something there. If they wanted to use the throne and then sat at the table, it might work for a shoot. These are the lights that I'll be using. I've got the Quadra, it's the A head, I've got S heads as well. This is very useful here because although I have amazing windows and amazing daylight, it varies throughout the day. The sun moves from this side to this side, and also when I'm taking pictures of the models, some of the places have been clear, like the brick wall is nice and clear, but if they're posing, they can only pose into the sunlight. If I turn them this way, they will see an enormous amount of clutter, which is not the perfect background. So using studio lights just gives me more freedom to use the props and the backgrounds and the areas without having to consider the direction of the light. I can make the direction myself. Because I'm working with students, I don't use my brand new heads. I use my older heads, purely because we do take quite a lot of photos throughout the day. So I'm using a mix of the BRX 500s and the 400s heads, just because they're workhorses, and I really don't want to be using my best lights for this because obviously they have so much of a life before they start to fail, and those I can keep for really special shoots. So I'd use my ELCs for anything where I want some motion, but I want to freeze the motion. Also, you can set it so you can get multiple images, which again works really well for sports type stuff, dance, and really creative for beauty photography. One of the ways that I've used the drag shutter effect is for working with a lot of glitter, and it works really, really well. So if the students wanted something like that and they wanted something like that in their portfolio, I always have the lights with me, but they're not the main lights that I'll use for the shoot. So when I'm working with the students, they tend to work with non-professional models. Very, very rarely they'll book a professional model, but the majority of the time it's just their friends, their relatives, or whoever they can ask on the day. There is a balance. Some people, naturally, quite happy to pose, and I will let them go with that. I'll just sort of, if there's any problems with hands or their eyes are just a little bit too far away, I'll bring them back. But generally, I'll go with them if they're good at posing. If they're not so good at posing, there's a lot more direction. And the tutor also helps with direction. She has ideas of shoots and poses that she'd like to do throughout the day, and she's very helpful and she guides the students very, very well. So it's a nice mix between all of us. And obviously if the student has a particular idea of poses, they'd probably put that in their mood book. At the start of the session when we talk, I'll look through, and if they do have specific poses, I'll keep those in mind as I'm doing the shoot and make sure that we incorporate those poses into the shoot. So if you just go into that area across there, and then if you just get her into position, you'll see that there's several props. If you just move the prop into position. Did you want to move it over to here? Or did you like it in the corner? Because if you like it in the corner, we'll just move the table out a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Just move this. That's fine. Yeah. Do you want it coming out? Yeah, this side. Just because then you've got your feather and everything else. Right, okay. Let's have a look at you and see how we're looking. Okay. Just a quick test first one. Right, go. Just a quick change over because the small head's just a little bit too shadow and she wants quite an even light. So obviously this is going to be a bit softer. Trying to keep everything off the ground. I've got it with my leg. Thank you. Right, let's have a look. That should be softer now. Yeah, that's much nicer. That's lovely. Okay. It's peeping through. That's super. That's great. Somebody at the door, April. Just doing a full length. Fab. That's lovely. Great. Just soften this hand just a little bit again. That's it. So if you pull it back round, yeah. That's great. Just coming a little bit closer. Okay. Yep. Fantastic. So so I just changed from a small beauty dish because the makeup artist wanted a really soft, even lighting look. The smaller beauty dish was not harsh, but certainly a lot more shadowy. There were shadows under her nose, shadows under her chin, and it didn't really fulfil the brief. So obviously it's the client's brief, that's what I'm working to. So I opted for the larger beauty dish just to give a much softer look.
Really, they're really nice. I do love those fabrics.
Okay, I'll try it with the grid, see what we think. We can always change it back over. Okay, so we're going to try the beauty dish grid, just so it's a more directional light, because she wants a more shadowy feel to this shoot. So we're going to try it. If it's too harsh, then we can always swap back, but we may as well start with that. Try that. So harsh, so you want quite a sort of split lighting. Yeah, okay. Let's see how we are at the moment. Just hold that up a little higher, just so because it might just be a little bit in the shadows. So we're going to have a look, see if that's the type of sort of lighting that you're looking for.
Yes.
So quite dark.
Yes, I do like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. And did you want to use the ladder in a bit as well? Just come in a little bit closer. You all right? Fabulous, that's great. Do you want it to be quite moody looking? Yeah. Super. And did you want the ladder one? Did you want those with the harder light or softer light or? Okay. Jump up a minute. At least you can keep the coat on. Yeah. Probably don't go any further than that. Shadowy-ish again. A little bit, yeah. Not as hard as the other one, no. might need to raise that one up. I'll see how it's looking. Okay. Just going to move around, get a little bit more shadowy. That's fab. Do you want to mostly looking off camera then? Yeah, that's fine. That's great. Okay. Yeah. Are you balanced? Are you okay? Yeah. Sure? Yeah. And then maybe bring your... How balanced are you? You okay? Yeah. You okay there? Just for a minute, yeah? Great stuff. Okay. Yeah, happy with that then? Yeah, excellent. So for the last shoot, the student wanted quite a hard light. She tends, for most of the shoots, to go for a hard light, so I wasn't surprised. The beauty dish was just a little bit too soft, just on its own, with the diffuser on. So I thought it would probably be a good time to get the grid out. It's brilliant. It's very difficult with the very small reflectors. You're channeling such a small amount of light that the shadows are so hard, and obviously the consideration is it is makeup photography, so this is a really nice alternative. Can I have a quick look at your mood book, please?
I don't have any images for the lighting.
Okay, so you're going for the more high fashion rather than traditional.
Yeah. My actual design is there.
Yeah, okay, that's lovely. Yeah, fab. And this is your outfit. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, lovely. So more soft lighting, or do you want a slightly harder lighting? What are you thinking?
I want it kind of like an average kind of lighting.
Okay, so if there's a little bit of shadow, yeah.
It's still got its bright.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, lovely. Yeah. This one is sort of more of an Alice in Wonderland type theme. So she's favouring the throne and the picture frame, so we're going to make it sort of a off-kilter kind of picture frame with her looking through. So to give it that kind of Alice in Wonderlandish theme. Just going to pull that one, the power up on this one a little bit. Sorry. I know. Sorry. Do you definitely want the chair as part of the scene? Or are you not using it till later?
But I don't want her hands necessarily in it.
No. Are you wanting more close-ups then?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Lovely. That's great. Super. Okay. Eyes up a little bit, so you're just looking. Bring this round a little bit as well. Okay. Right, okay, that's lovely. Looking past. Just look down with your eyes for me. That's great. Okay. Yeah, with the frame on the throne. Yeah, that's fine, just checking.
Look straight on as if it's a portrait. With the frame, acts as if it's literally a portrait of you.
Okay, just coming back a little bit. But then eyes back to the camera. Okay. hang on. Just need to, yeah, can you? Okay, yep. That's great. Okay, then did you want to have it slightly to an angle? Okay. So, end of the day. It's been a really good day. The students had some amazing looks. The theme was 18th century couture, and the interpretation for each student was so different and so varied. So it was great that we had quite a few different sets set up, because it meant that they could apply their look to the different sets. The prettier looks tended to go for this area, and they liked the fireplace. And then the more sort of, I suppose, piratey type thing, highwaymen, things like that, they preferred set 3. So it's sort of having a nice mix, and the sets available for them so we can move fairly fluidly between them. So the students today had, most of the students wanted quite a soft light. So for the majority of the shots that I took, I used a 70 beauty dish with the diffuser panel over the top. And I used either a strip box as an accent light, or if space didn't allow, I used just a bare bulb, but it was on a very, very low power. So it was fairly soft enough, what I didn't want was harsh lighting on the side of the face, more of just a sort of rim light, just to separate and just to take out the shadows. So they've put the effort in to do the hair as part of the look. So then to have that separation so you can see the work that they've put in. Obviously the key focus for this course is the makeup, but they have spent time styling. So it's a full body look and time styling the hair. So you want to make the best and make the hair look its best. There was one in particular in the afternoon that had very vibrant red hair, and the light was not quite bringing out the colour. So I actually brought it closer, dropped the power a little bit, just so you really got a nice quality of light down the hair. One of the other makeup artists, she always wants quite a hard light. So we changed on the smaller beauty dish, we used a grid, just to give her that more specular, harder light, because that's the type of light that she likes. But just to give her a little bit of variety in her portfolio, I also shot it using, again, the smaller beauty dish, but just with the diffuser on, and turned it so it wasn't quite split lighting, moved it round through sort of more Rembrandt lighting, and then just a little bit further round, just so you could see a bit more of the makeup. So as with all of the sessions that I do for the makeup artistry courses, the key focus is the makeup and lighting the makeup in the best way possible, following the brief from the student, because obviously I don't want to light something hard lighting where they want a beautiful soft light, and vice versa. But always remembering that the key is to make the makeup look its best. Well, it's been a great day with the students. They've produced some amazing work. Although the theme was 18th century couture, every single student produced work that was completely different to each other, really unique, really amazing work, because, you know, these guys are students. It's amazing what they can create. So absolutely brilliant day, had great fun. It's been fairly warm, it's been absolutely freezing. We've had snow, but it's been a really good day, and the students got a lot out of it. And this is Deborah signing off for the Photographer Academy.